Develop your own game, step 2. Hello and welcome. So now we're going to develop this model. We'll develop terrain and use a first person controller as you're seeing right now. So this will be our final outcome for this step. So let's see how we can do that. So let's start by creating something called a terrain. Okay, so now the terrain is here. I can focus on it using F, and you see this is a very large size piece. This will be our ground. Now let's import something called standard assets into our game. We do it using the package manager. See, standard assets are imported now, but see, now the issue is in 2019.3 this is causing a slight problem. Let's change that by changing this one line to let's include first using Unity engine .ui, and instead of UI.text we just use text. Save it. This is taking a little bit of time. Okay, and now you see here all the errors are gone. Let's work on the terrain further. First of all, let's change its different features. I think the size is a little bit large, so let's make it small. Okay, so now terrain has a lot of interesting features, and we can simply create different features using height. So let's we can replicate, we can change things. So this is the brush. Using this brush we can increase or decrease height. So let's create something on our terrain. Okay, nice mountains. We can change the brush and do other things there. Let's see, they look more realistic. I'm not an artist, so it's not very professional, I'm afraid, but at least you guys can do something better. So you can change the opacity, and you can change the brush, and you can say the brush size. Now we can also do other things. We can smooth things over here if things don't look nice. We can also make holes. See here, this is something new in 2019.3. Normally you could not make holes. You can also remove them. So I'm just playing around with this terrain. Now another thing we can do is add a terrain layer. So I create a layer from some of the standard assets. So you just do like this, create layer, and I click grass and grass albedo and this, and then I can add more layers as well. And then this is the default layer, but I want to paint other layers on top of it as well. So grass is the default, and then there are other things we can do over here. So let's make it something more interesting. So these are the different layers I've imported. Okay, and I'm going to make them. see, I just click on a link, and just I can paint them. Click on a layer, a brush, and so on. Okay, so I'm just playing around, making some nice pastures, some roads, and there's a lot of things that we can do over here. Okay, so this is the final version. As you can see, I've used different textures. So how about now we add a prefab, which is a first-person controller. Simply drag and drop to the scene, and now we don't need this extra camera because this should be just one camera here for now. Okay, so right now it's in a weird location, so we can move it someplace. Okay, so directional light also, let's have a little bit of sunlight. Okay, I just changed all the different 3X, Y, Z and see how they look. And now the first person controller, let's focus on that again. It's right now in a different locations from where I would want. So let's put it right in the middle just to see how it goes. And now if I run it, let's see what we get here. Okay, yeah, we're done. So the terrain looks really nice. We just created our own terrain in a few minutes. So it's the power Unity.